ethnic radio broadcasters flocked into Perth on the weekend to attend a nationwide conference. Despite the flourishing multicultural society Australia has become, ethnics are still considered a minority group and miss out on their fair share of being represented in the mainstream.
I am here at the 2018 National Conference for the National Ethnic and Multicultural Broadcasters Council. Today we'll be taking an inside scoop as to what happens at these events and also speaking to some of the speakers on the main topic of shaping media diversity.
Welcome to the NEMBC, the National Ethnic and Multicultural Broadcasters Council. Contributes to media diversity in Australia by maintaining and connecting people to their language, culture and identity.
Και τώρα έχουμε την Άννα Βύση στην τηλεφωνική μας γραμμή. Καλησπέρα, Άννα.
Hello and welcome to the Multicultural AFL Football Show. I am Vanessa Gatica. I'm originally from Mexico.
Thanks to Lockerbie West, we got funding to bring people in from Broadland. Thanks to 6EBA. We have Eddie here from Orange. Further us away from Townsville. Canberra, they've sent almost 20 people here. South Australia, we've got Brenda. She was one of the people that wrote our constitution back in 1984.
What are you aiming to achieve by having this conference?
Well, I've learnt that what you do when you have a conference is it's not just a talk fest, you come up with outcomes. That's really, really important. So we do things prior to the conference. So we have up on our website, we want media representatives, we want to do employment pathways. We're doing a project here called Speak My Language, which is about delivering aged care information to radio programs, ethnic community radio programs, in language. We're doing an AFL program, which is on community TV, produced from Channel 31 and over here in Perth as well. So we're looking at making links and synergies to all of those projects that we do so we get outcomes.
A quarter of the Australian population is born overseas and half of us have a parent at least who's born overseas. So we are fundamentally a diverse country, but the strength of that kind of heritage, the colonial kind of white heritage, is maintained often in the media, and it's the reflection of who we are in the media that actually generates this imagined community of what the nation state actually is. And the less we see diversity represented there, the less likely we are to accept diversity just in our day-to-day interactions with people.
I think there needs to be more representation of individuals from diverse backgrounds, and it's not about just having them there, like the face of them or the appearance of them. It's more to do with the content writing as well, because the narratives that we're hearing, it's lacking that authenticity of these stories to come from individuals who've actually faced these challenges. So I think that's the diversity that we need to aspire towards in our media. People, on the other hand, they are a bit curious. They would like to know a bit more about you, where you've come from. Mainstream Australians as well, they just need to be a bit more open, welcoming, accepting.
A current producer and broadcaster at the 3ZZZ radio station in Melbourne, covering 70 languages, or producing programs in 70 languages and just 150 plus communities. So I'm involved in the sports, the coverage of local, national and international sports for 3ZZZ, and also for NEMBC and all the programs NEMBC are running, like AFL program, A-League program, so I'm part of these projects.
What is the importance of having cultural diversity in sports coverage?
It's everything. Most of people here, we were not born in Australia. Try to promote other sports like footy, cricket, other sports that they are not well known by non-Anglo-Saxon communities, and we try to engage them to love the sports, all sort of sports basically.
What are some of the issues facing inclusion?
If you go back through historically, even in Australia, it's been for years and years and years that there has been some kind of inclusion. So the question is not really, is it inclusion or exclusion, but what kind of inclusion? Is it good inclusion? Is it good representation? Or is it just going to be stereotypes? As well as finding new ways to bring people in, for people to actually feel confident that they can actually participate in that space.
Indigenous broadcasting and ethnic broadcasting, we need to have our own funding stream directly into a funding group and take out the people that we like to call the middle tier within that, like the Community Broadcasting Foundation or even the whole government. funding arrangement. I think the funding should come back into a central pool and Indigenous people look after their own Indigenous broadcasting interests, the same as what ethnic people should be doing as well. I think we're big enough to leave the house, as they say. We're big enough and good enough to be able to look after our own financial interests, and we should be allowed to go out and set up those proper organisational departments ourselves and manage them ourselves.
Kia ora, tēnā koe, tēnā korua, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko Tararua te mauna, ko Waikawa te awa, ko Tainui te waka. Ko tahi tanga o te iwi of Ngāti Wehi, te rangi tāwhia, tihei mori ora. I come from the mountains of Tararua, from the rivers of Waikawa, from the canoe of Tainui. My tribe is Ngāti Wehi. My name is Tiaraiti. That's who I am. And I've been in this industry for 31 years.
What attracted you to Indigenous broadcasting?
I think Indigenous broadcasting, whether it's I'm in the Aboriginal field, or I'm the general manager for 3K&D Cool and Deadly in Melbourne, but I think Indigenous people worldwide have the same issues. We are the kaitiaki. The kaitiaki are the caretakers of this planet.
This has been Miranda for Undercurrent.
This week, I went up to Parliament House to observe the school strike for climate change action and speak to some of the students. Over 15,000 students across Australia's capital cities have skipped school in protest against the Morrison government's lack of action on climate change.
Planet over profit!
How do you feel about the turnout here today?
It's absolutely amazing. It's so awesome to have this much support and that we're all in this together.
Very amazing. I mean, I was not expecting so many people here. And yeah, it's been really great to be here.
This is absolutely inspiring. This has blown me away. We had a rally here for fracking on Monday with 350 people, and this would have doubled it.
The turnout here today, I think it's pretty good. It's a lot more people than I expected. I think it's really cool, yeah.
I'm pretty optimistic about the turnout.
Well, it feels so good to see everyone come out here and support the climate change, or well, in the cause of climate change, you know.
It was, to be honest, it's really surprising how many people came out. Like, I expected like a few teenagers, but the fact that we have people from different age ranges is amazing because it shows that they care about it. Like, older generation want to say something, younger generation want to say something, which is proving to Scott Morrison that we do need to make a change.
The state government recently unbanned fracking here in WA.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
I say, that's shocking, mate. Get out of here. We don't want that anyway. I've got a sign out the back that says frack-free future.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And besides, the ramifications of that aren't going to affect them, it's going to affect us.
Pretty much the same as my sister. It's getting really ridiculous to the point where we need to do something now, otherwise it's going to have a bigger impact on us as a generation.
No, I don't agree with it. I'm really disappointed, and I just think they should do so much. They should actually like. It's so stupid. Yeah.
Fracking being unbanned in WA is fracking crazy.
What are you hoping is achieved from today's protest?
Well, nothing policy based for sure. But what we want to do is we want to get more kids out. We want to get the teachers out if we can. You know, anyone that can come out, we ask to come out. It's about awareness, mate. That's all it's about.
Hopefully the government will do something about how many cars are on the road and how many more urban houses they're building and stuff.
I hope there's a lot of knowledge that is spread, and it goes really around the country, so we can bring this dilemma to hopefully a close, because it is a big problem.
We hope that Scott Morrison hears us and thinks about it and maybe cuts like CO2 gas emissions, because it's.
Do you think he'll pay attention to this?
I think so. I mean, I hope so. We're just doing our best. Like, we're all not at school because, like, what's the point of going to school and learning things if we're not going to have a world to use those ideas in?
Scott Morrison urged kids not to leave school today, but you guys are here anyway, as are hundreds of other people.
I just think that we're educated about it in school, but if he's not going to support us, then I don't know how anything's going to happen.
You're interviewing us right now, right? So that means that there'll be coverage of this. So maybe he will see it.
Do you ladies have any comments directly to make to ScoMo? What would you have to say to him?
Do your job, please.
Care about our future, because this is our future. So we only have one planet. Use it wisely.
Scott Morrison, you need to sort your act out because it's really not good, mate. You need to figure things out and you need to finally make a difference because right now it's just chaos. It's gone off the rails with this climate change. So please sort your act out, mate.
Really, really excited to see the kids and the energy, the Bella, the fantastic speakers we've had. And if we can keep these kids, keep up this energy, we're going to make change. It's just inspiring. What we need next is a march with all the groups and all these kids, and it'd be really powerful.
As you can see, the younger generation are extremely passionate about environmental issues. My name is Harrison Jones, reporting for Undercurrent. Next up, Alex hit the streets to find out if people think climate change is preventable through human action.
So do you feel like climate change can be reversed or limited by human intervention?
Oh, for sure. You don't rush. In everything in life, you take your time. You get it right the first time, and then it's smooth sailing and it's efficient. But if you rush, get it wrong, you've just complicated and make things worse and you're in a bigger hole.
Oh, I would think so, yeah, that's certainly my view. Yeah, there must be things that we can do to slow it down, be responsible in the way we do things, yeah.
Definitely.
What ways do you think we can slow it down?
Haven't given it that much thought.
Do you feel like climate change can be slowed down by human action?
Yes, if we all work together and we try to understand and be passionate about it, then yeah, I think we can change something about the climate.
What ways do you feel like what do you think we could do to slow it down?
Well, yeah, obvious one I guess is stop using the old fossil fuels and looking at alternative forms of energy, which I'm pretty keen on. Yeah, solar energy seems like wind, all those sorts of things. Would have to say that, yeah, be worthwhile.
We've just got to keep being more green, not fanatical, because fanatics can't see past their fanaticalism. They cannot see past it and they just make it worse.
I think we just need more publicity. Like for me personally speaking, I didn't really know what was going on. I had to have someone on the street stop me to tell me about it. So yeah, so I think we need more like marketing and to get the word more spread out aggressively to make some kind of change.
What do you think about the school children skipping school to protest about climate change?
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. I think their schooling is probably pretty important to them. I think there would be other ways they could probably protest. And I'm not sure of the numbers, but yeah, I wouldn't like to see too many kids out of school.
It is quite bad for education. I mean, kids shouldn't be skipping school, but if it takes something that's how do you say, like severe and extreme to make a change, then it could be a good thing, I think. Yeah.
I think children can be I think their hearts are in the right spot and they've got a right to have a say, but the adult world isn't comprehended in their minds.
Maybe something might be done about it if a lot of kids do it. But yeah, that being said, it is quite bad to not get an education. But yeah, I think that, maybe someone might actually start doing something about it. Someone with authority, maybe? Yeah.
That's all we've got for this week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Harrison Jones for Undercurrent, and I'll see you next time.